ACKERA Nugent, Malik James King, Megan Tapper, STACEY-ANN Williams. Madness in Miami on day one of Grand Slam Track Miami. And what is going on with Fred Kerley? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. You do that, hit the notification bell so you know the next video drop a video. These ones there in Peter Lloyd World. Also, enjoy the content. Please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. So when you're ready, yeah, good to go. Well, it was day one of the Grand Slam Track Miami, the second in the brand new league, so to speak, of track and field. But before it even started, there was drama. And the drama was related to who? None other than Fred Kerley, who has been having one heck of a year when it comes to headlines that are not necessarily in his best interest. As you can see here, Olympic sprinter Fred Kerley arrested again, noted, after allegedly hitting his ex-girlfriend in Florida. This is by Max Winters. Fred Kerley on your left and his ex-girlfriend, I suspect, on his right. Now remember, we featured the fact that earlier this year he was also arrested after it is alleged that I guess he was aggressive towards police officers in Miami.
And became aggressive with him at some point and was asked to leave the area, but then he refused. Officers say they had no choice but to call in backup. They even used a stun gun to take him into custody.
Stop! He didn't do anything! He didn't do anything! Stop! Stop!
Hey, I'm gonna tase him.
Stop! Stop! He didn't do anything! He didn't do anything! Stop!
Still not much clarity on what happened in that instance, and of course with the reputation of some law enforcement in the United States, one has to question what you're hearing. But then there was also this on the 26th of January 2025. We saw this again regarding Fred Kerley. Exclusive Olympian Fred Kerley's wife says the serial cheater beat her after she confronted him over affair. Now look, people, I'm going to use the word alleged because the truth is I really have no clarity as to what's going on. But what I do know is that as a result of this arrest, he will not be at this weekend's Grand Slam Track Miami. So you fans of Fred Kerley, don't expect to see him there.
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
Now several Jamaicans, including Malik James King in the 400 meters, NICKISHA Pryce in the women's 400 meters, and STACEY-ANN Williams in the 400 meters, not to mention ACKERA Nugent in the women's hurdles, plus Megan Tapper in the women's 100 meters hurdles, all participated on day one of Grand Slam Track Miami. And people, may not tell no lie, the very first race out the blocks, which was the women's 100 meters hurdles, was just madness. The truth is, when the race ended and I saw the clock, I said, what? And the announcers and everyone else said the same thing. Now in first position was Masai Russell in a time of, listen to me carefully, 12.17. This is her new Grand Slam track personal best. In second position was the other American, Tia Jones. Now remember, Tia Jones won the women's 100 meter hurdles at Grand Slam Track, Kingston, Jamaica. Her time was 12.19. And in third position was Jamaica's ACKERA Nugent, and her time was 12.34. Now listen, the win was legal. The win was plus 2.0. Remember, I've told you, if it's over plus 2.0, it's not legal. So this was legal. This is now officially an American record in the women's 100 meters hurdles. And I want you to understand, put in context what I'm saying. The current world record for the women's 100 meters hurdles set by Tobi Amusan of Nigeria is a mind-bending 12.12 seconds. So 12.17 at this time of year, around May 3rd or May 2nd, and your second place running 12.19, Tia Jones, and your third place running 12.34 is absolute insanity. In almost any Olympic Games in the last, in fact, in any Olympic Games in the last umpteenth decades, all of these athletes could have won gold. I mean, this is insane. I watched this race several times. Take a gander.
Little twitch there from Russell, but they're away cleanly. Tia Jones going well over in lane one as well, but it's Russell in the middle, and Jones perhaps just has the lead here. It's going to be very, very tight on the line. Very tight indeed. That's perhaps Russell just getting it. The tape wraps itself around Russell's midriff. 12, is that right? I'm looking at the clock here, 12.17? Really? We've got to wait for the wind reading here.
It says 2.
People, but not lie. My response was the same when I saw it, when it came up on the screen. I said, "There, what the? How?" Contextually, people, 12.17, 12.19, 12.34 in May. That's an insane time. Those are all insane times, including the 12.34 by Jamaica's ACKERA Nugent. What? So if they, I mean, it's still pretty early. So so given the right circumstance, the record could go. It could go before World Championship or at World Championships. That was just insane, people. That's how I say madness in Miami, guys. Madness. It's madness. I know some of you think that about Fred Kerley, but not about Fred Kerley. That race alone for me was worth Grand Slam track. That is insanity. I don't know. I love the women's 100 meters hurdles. That was insane. Now, it was also awesome to see Megan Tapper on the track. I think, anyway, listen to this interview that I saw after that I've shared with you.
Feeling good. I started off a little bit late, and I said started hurdles in February, like sprinting over hurdles, so I've had a short time to prepare till 5. Early May is really exciting for Megan, and I'm just really looking forward to the rest of the season.
We're really excited to see you out there. What about the next event now? How did you prepare yourself for?
I mean, as I said, I just started hurdling, so I'm just going to go back into practice and keep practicing and putting in the work, and more will come, more will absolutely come. This year, the word of the year is audacity. Short legs is coming with audacity, unstoppable.
So the next race, 100.
Yes.
There's no audacious race than that.
Listen, a lot of you were saying that I look fast and I should go into the 100s. That was not so in the past. But I've been working with a movement specialist.
Just love Megan Tapper, man. Love seeing her. Glad to see her back. And I hope she has a great year. Now, in the women's 400 meters, Jamaica's STACEY-ANN Williams and, of course, NICKISHA Pryce were up repping the island's flag. No, the island of Jamaica, of course. Now, Williams is coming off her a new PB of 22.87 in the 200 meters that she ran at the Joe McDowell Invitational. So I was curious to see what she was going to do here. Of course, the race was dominated by the two young ladies that you anticipated would dominate the race. Lidio Paulino and, of course, her consummate rival now and before, Salwa Eid Nazir. Well, Paulina this time won. Remember, Nazir won in Kingston in a time of 49.21, a new season's best and Grand Slam track personal best. Salwa Eid Nazir came second in a time of 49.33. Alexis Holmes, really like her also, great athlete out of America, came third in 50.36. Now Jamaica's NICKISHA Pryce is coming back into form. She ran 50.71 Grand Slam track, new PB and the new season's best, and STACEY-ANN Williams ran 50.76. So I mean, they didn't. The Jamaicans didn't do very badly. Paulino, I guess Paulina got her revenge, so to speak. It was a really solid 400-meter race. I'm hoping that they'll allow you to see the entire race.
Safely away, everybody, round this first turn. NASA has started quickly. Paulino's going to try and hang on to her, and also got out pretty quickly Alexis Holmes, as she likes to as well. Amber Anning in lane 3 got some room to make up. There's a big gap between Pryce and the athletes outside her, so Anning's going to have to check off that. Now, look at this. NASA out there in lane 7 has gone through the first 200 meters incredibly quickly. Paulino hanging on. Holmes is right there. Amber Anning looks as though others are starting to chase her down. Whitaker has really come through in lane 1, and as that stagger starts to unfurl, we'll put her perhaps in third. But it's Nasser against Paulino. Paulino fighting, trying to get there, has got the momentum. Here she comes, the Olympic champion is going to get the win this time. Paulino, 49.21. Holmes maybe hung on for third place there. Very tired in the last 20 meters.
Now this one is for me. Now there are no Jamaicans in the women's 100 meters, but I am a fan of Melissa Jefferson. She won this in an insane time of 10.75, and when I saw that 10.75, and then I said, what kind of madness is going on in Miami? I was like, what the heck is this? 10.75, 100 meters? Now, there is a regular here who comes here. A year or so ago, I was talking about Melissa Jefferson, and I suspect he's American, and he was saying she's of no consequence. And I said, no, I think you misunderstand. Melissa Jefferson is a real deal. Remember, she won Grand Slam track just the other day in the inaugural at Kingston, and she ran and won the 100 meters women here quite convincingly. However, the win was not legal. People, 10.75 in the first week of May. Even with the win, it is still an insane time. I'm telling you, madness, absolute madness in Miami. As I said, Melissa Jefferson of the United States won this in 10.75. Tamari Davis came second in 10.79. Favor of Philly came third in 10.94. Gabby Thomas came fourth in 10.97. And Joshua Sears 10.98 for fifth, and Brittany Brown 16:11.06 second.
Actually, Thomas got a reasonable start, but right there in the middle, Jefferson Wooden looks as though she's got this one at the moment, but also going well is Tamara Davis. But it's going to be Jefferson Wooden who's going to take this one. Oh, not by much, but she gets it. Ooh, Dad, let's look at the time. What is going on in Miami?
Yeah, he got that right. What is going on in Miami? What is going on indeed? These times are insane times, even with the wind. And I think the wind, I don't remember now, people. I'm not even going to bother to go check, but I believe the wind was something like plus 2.4. Even then, 10.75 is an insane time, people. That's insane. And then after this insane one, Jefferson, she sent a shot across the bow. She put out a challenge to all, Julian Alfred, Shakira Richardson, Sharika Jackson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Shakira Richardson. She said this.
I want to be one of the greatest to ever do the sport. I don't want to be one of the ones who they say, oh, well, she was always on the circuit, but she didn't win a lot of medals. She didn't come out and perform. No, I want, when people see Melissa Jefferson Wooden, to know that she's here, she's not here to play.
She's here, she's not here to play. This is going to be an interesting year, people. Malik James King repped for us in the 400 meters. Came third, unfortunately. Rashawn Clark did not finish the race. I can't find the footage, and I'm not sure what happened to Rashawn Clark, so I'm hoping it's nothing serious. But Malik James King, he stepped up. Brazil's Alisson dos Santos won this one in 47.97, as he did in Kingston, with Chris Robinson of the United States taking second in the season's best and Grand Slam track personal best of 48.92. Jamaica's Malik James King ran 49.43, solid time. And as I said, unfortunately, Rashawn Clark did not finish the race.
And talk to me.
Not bad. Not bad.
Coming out of Jamaica, having done the slam here, what's the difference between the environment there, the environment here, in your training?
I think the here is a little bit different. So it plays a lot on your chest. Yeah, but it's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad.
All right, man. Looking good for the season, man. Good luck.
So day 2, these are the participants in the women's 400 meters hurdles. Cheyenne Salmon and Anjanette Knight will be representing us. In the 100 meters, we have ACKERA Nugent. This is from the 400 meters. And Megan Tapper, of course, based on what happened today. Oblique Seville and Akeem Blake will be featured in the men's 100 meters. That's going to be really interesting. Then there's Gabby and Brittany. This is the women's. Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. I love Grand Slam track. I don't know about you. I've kind of gotten used to it now. I think it's going to be massive. They seem to have had a really solid crowd there. Really good crowd. I think this is just going to get bigger and bigger. And as you saw, suddenly World Athletics is finding a lot more money to pay the athletes. This is, I said it in a video some time ago. Go back and check. Grand Slam track has changed, and athletes has changed track and field forever. I believe finally the athletes will be able to make a real living from their hard work. Who am I looking forward to see run to rep the island tomorrow? Everyone, all the athletes. I'm really looking for. Like I said, I'm enjoying this. Now, one of the things that I do find curious though are these times. People are going to go back to the madness in a wind legal women's 100 meters hurdles in early May. Messiah Russell running 12.17. I mean, I don't think you grasp. I don't think you understand what she did. And Tia Jones running 12.19. And ACKERA running 12.34. Those are insane times. In fact, there's a part of me that's a little concerned, particularly for ACKERA, because, I mean, we don't want these athletes, especially with Jamaican athletes, with all due respect, peaking too early. And I'm not joking. Go back and check the stats. Right up to any of those 3 young ladies with those times would have won any Olympic Games in the last, any. And if not win, they definitely have been in silver position. Those are insane. 12.17 people. That's almost an incomprehensible time. That's almost incomprehensible. That is not very far away from the world record of 12.12, which is incomprehensible. So this is crazy. It's crazy. And Melissa Jefferson's 10.75 is not a joke thing. That's a serious ass time. Even not win legal. You know, I gotta give after big. That's a great time. Really curious to see what. I mean, the 100 meters is rounding up to look really interesting. Sharika, Julian, Melissa Jefferson, Sha'Carri Richardson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Tia Clayton. It gonna be something else. You know, I want to hear your thoughts because I'm sure that you watched. Let me hear your thoughts. Also, what's happening with Fred Kerley? I remember I've said it to you, know. I said the same thing. I said if Sha'Carri Richardson gets her head together, she's really dangerous. I've said to you on numerous occasions that at this level, what separates the men from the boys is the state of mind. If you're completely focused on your goal, you are dangerous. That's why Noah Lyles is dangerous. Because I'm going to say it again, raw speed, Fred Kerley beats him anytime. But Fred Kerley clearly dealing with a whole heap of things. I hope he resolves them. I hope it works out. I hope that, like I said, all these things are allegations. I don't know what is true, what isn't true. All I know is that this is not good headlines for that young man, and it certainly cannot be good for his career. And sponsors may start to get jittery. So this is not good. And this thing about hitting women, I hope it's not true. I genuinely hope it's not true. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, don't forget to support the channel. Check out our merch store at prettyfire.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notion, and hit the like button. Remember, your royals, kings, and queens. Bless up.